Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the After Hours Gaming League. We are here with Facebook versus National Instruments. I'm PengWin. With me is Rifkin. And who do we have playing this game, Rifkin?
Well, spawning here, playing for Facebook in the lower right corner of the map, it's going to be the Blue Terran Gunslinger.
His opponent spawning in the top left, going to be none other than Banjo Island, also known as CERN. We'll probably refer to him as Banjo Island just because that's what's on the screen, or as I'll probably end up saying, Banjo. But his team, up 1-0. Nice start for National Instruments, but we have a bit of the curse of the non-Terrans here with our casting, Rifkin, don't we?
Yeah, for those who haven't seen any of our casts leading up to this one, pretty much any time a Terran has been in the game, it doesn't matter the matchup, TVP, TVZ, or even TVT, Terran always comes out victorious. Now this is not just because of the abuse of the new units, but it is a combination of like the really strong new Hellbats, which are, I think a lot of Zergs are having trouble dealing with, combined with the fact that these are very skilled players. So really, I mean, waited going into this without knowing a single thing about either of these players, my money's on the Terran, but I would love for the Zerg player to cause an upset and change everything, because as PengWin said, 3 weeks of the After Hours Gaming League leading up to this week number 4, it's just been Terran victories across the board.
Indeed, the only game that a Terran did not win was a TVT, and that was where one Terran had to lose because there were two of them.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
I mean...
we did. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I agree with you entirely. It's silly that the only time a Terran has lost at this point is because it was to another Terran.
Of course, this isn't quite the GSL Code S, so you can't really balance wine over After Hours Gaming League, but one of the things that you pointed out last week, which is so very true, was that we've cast some pro-level games, we've cast some tournaments, some show matches, and the pro players, the really high-level players, aren't as keen to just go new units, experimenting, doing crazy stuff, as much so as the After Hours Gaming League guys are. And that's something that these guys do quite a bit. They just show us the new units, they show us these unorthodox new strategies, and it's just so much fun to cast that. I'm really hoping we see something like that in this game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, you know, we've seen the Terran use the Hellbats and the Widowmines, that's cool, but, like, that's what all the pro players do as well. So it's for, I think, the viewers, whatever. But for the viewers who are watching the After Hours Gaming League, this is where you're going to see things like Swarm Hosts or Vipers make appearances into the game, whereas everyone else, you know, let's stick to Roach Hydra, just push and win. So, I mean,
Yeah,
win or lose,
one of the
these are
things-
entertaining. I think that's the most important thing about StarCraft. It has to be entertaining to watch.
Absolutely, especially if we're casting an event. Whoa, big drone transfer coming up from Banjo, sending all of his drones to, well, not all of them, but a good number of drones to the natural. Nice little Maynard going down there, and, well, everything is just gearing up to be a pretty standard game so far. We have the 1 racks fast expand into a 3 racks opening from Gunslinger.
Yeah, so we might
Still
not...
gasless at this point.
Yeah, we might not see Gunslinger go to abuse those Hellbats as everyone else has been so favorable to do. We do it with a lot of bio on the field. It's still very viable. We've seen some of the coolest bio plays come out of the pro-level players, and I would love for Gunslinger here to mimic the micro it takes to be able to abuse Terran bio plus Medivacs.
And not only the pro players, but if you remember last week, we had the pleasure of casting, who was it? We cast Ernst & Young versus, oh god, who was it? I can't actually remember offhand, I'm sorry. But we saw all the Terrans that won that week. They didn't abuse the new units as much. They just really went for bio-heavy, bio-centric styles.
Well, PengWin, one thing I do want to comment on, because I don't believe you got the pleasure of watching this, we got to see Beastie Cutie versus Shigua, who is, for those who don't know, the 2011 China WCG champion. On this map, in this same matchup, completely destroyed Beastie with some old school roach drops. And Beastie wasn't even going super mech. There was Widow Mines, there was Marines, there was everything, and they just could not stand up to what is the power of a super duper roach drop. So I would really like to see something crazy happen here. Nothing is off the table, guys. Wings of Liberty strategies work. Heart of the Swarm strategies are new. We'll see what the Zerg player has in his arsenal today. And he has gone for that third base really early too.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly about to say. This is a very early third. He doesn't really have any way to defend it right now. He does have speed on the way, which is relatively quick, but he has taken guys off gas, so he's not going to have Banelings or anything very soon to defend against us. We have Stim coming up for Gunslinger, and there's the factory. He may well go into tanks from here. Standard Marine tank does still work, as you said, and I'll be very interested to see whether he does go for that. Looks like it may well be that, but of course you can throw in Widow Mines, maybe some Hellbats. Anything is on the table, as you said.
Yeah, Widow Mines Hellbats aside though, one thing I have seen a lot of people using in Heart of the Swarm, this is my own experience of laddering and watching several streams, is like, Obviously, we're past that point with a 3 hatchery, but a 2-base roach push is so freaking strong right now. And a lot of Terrans are still struggling with that because they're expecting to be able to just tech up, get to that point where they got like 8 barracks on the field and start mass producing. And as we can see, there is a bunker down, which is nice, but there's not enough actual units on the field. And 8 or 9 roaches coming into the base could tear this down very quickly.
Oh my, we have a macro hatchery coming up as well already. This is 7 minutes 30 into the game, and he's going to be on 4 hatcheries.
Yeah, CERN, man, he is going all out here with the production.
We have a lair on the way now as well. I find it interesting that he went for the 4th hatchery before even the lair, but he is on 3 gases, which is just what you need to be able to produce quite a few roaches, if that's all you're going to be going for. So yeah, he does have some on the map already, just finished up a couple of them. It's going to help in some Hellion, holding up Hellion aggression, but that's not what we're seeing out of Gunslinger, so... Mass Marines so far. He is going into the starport now. Looks like he's not going to use the factory for anything but medevacs. And, well, medevacs with the Ignite Afterburners ability, they can really be devastating.
Yeah, it's pretty much at this point I feel impossible to keep a medevac from getting into the base. It's a matter of dealing with it once it's inside of it. Because you could have like 14 Spore Crawlers down making that super duper wall, but if it's speed boost right past it, none of those Spore Crawlers are going to matter. And we've actually got a combination medevac and Viking coming out. I like the choice of the Viking. It is to help clean up some of these overlords that will, of course, be littering around the base, providing oh-so-essential scouting information.
One of the other things I want to note is that Banjo Island, or CERN, has done a very nice job with his creep spread. He's got one
dirty.
Queen running around,
he's just
up her skirts.
Yeah, everything's going to be purple PengWin.
Indeed it is. Creep, wow, he actually is going for 2 more gases at his 3rd, despite really not having the saturation there. He's going... CERN is going very gas-heavy right now. He's on 47 workers only.
He's got another 12 on the way, though. But the thing is, he's been able to drone up because, really, there's been no aggression from our Terran player. He's super kind of bunkered in. He wanted to get defensive. I don't think he even threw down that early command center that is so popular with most Terrans. And, yeah, he's just kind of been letting our Zerg player get away with, well, whatever he wants, because let's look at this. We got double Evo chambers, as you said, 4 ridiculously fast hatcheries, and just, I mean, look at the creep spread. That just says it all. You know, Terran is... Oh, sorry, continue.
Sorry. We have CERN just going every tech path imaginable right now. He has the Spire on the way, Baneling Nest. He's already got the Roach Warren. He's ready to fight Mech. He's ready to fight Bio. He's got Baneling Speed on the way now that the Baneling Nest is done, and he may just go for a massive Mutiling Baneling push,
well, we do
which is so effective against Bio.
We have 3 almost fully loaded medevacs PengWin starting to move out. Now the problem is, with all the creep spread and the overlords on the map, there's no way he's going to get into the base without CERN seeing him. Now the question is going to be, how does CERN respond, where does he send his units, and how quickly?
The thing to note, though, is that this Viking from Gunslinger has actually prioritized clearing off all the overlords in the path of the medevac, so they have not been seen until they came into the vision of that tower. Now they have been seen. He does have Lings waiting.
Yeah, and we got some Banelings coming in too.
There's Mutalisks on the way as well, and while the speed boost does make the medevacs faster than Mutalisks, it lasts for only 8 seconds, so you can just follow with the Mutalisks and catch it. Here comes 1 drop into the 3rd. The other 2 going for the natural. I really like this split up by Gunslinger.
And the natural
medevac in here now.
Yeah, the natural's very vulnerable. This is a dangerous place. This is where you've got his tech, his lair, his 4 hatchery, or macro hatchery, I guess. Now Zergling's getting some not favorable surface area. Gunslinger actually doing an amazing job. Baneling's, send that Marine flying.
That was a really, really nice hold there by Gunslinger so far. He's dropping the
but the
Marines. Mutalisks are dying!
They have to be careful. Yeah, you can't just engage into Marines like that.
Marines are still left stim. Oh, he focuses the other Banelings down. Beautiful play by Gunslinger so far.
Gunslinger displays some very impressive micro here. Marines are just kind of landing again, abusing the mineral line, and CERN he's just missing drones, PengWin, is what it comes down to.
When this +1 attack, with this +1 attack, they're able to do so much damage. Looks like the Spire is going to go down. There's not enough to deal with this. 1 Baneling coming in, nice detonation, but there's still enough Marines.
There's no follow-up. There's no follow-up to that Baneling. It's really unfortunate. The Broodlings are really the only thing to try and clean this up. Now, meanwhile, we've got some Marines on the front lines, taking the Watchtower, stimming forward. And man, Gunslinger with just Marines and 3 medevacs. God, look at PengWin. He has actually caught and corralled the Queen and the drones from the other side. There's no escape for poor CERN in this situation.
This is such greedy play from CERN, and it looked like it was going to go really well, but just a beautifully microed attack, a little bit of a lackluster defense, and Gunslinger is heavily in the lead, taking that third command center, already finished building. He is just rallying units across the map, and I don't know if CERN can hold this. He does have a lot of banelings on the way, and if he lands a good hit, they will do a lot, but the Marines are coming in and catching him before they finish.
And this is spelling out almost CERN 10 defeat here for our red Zerg player. Nice baneling connect though finally, but still so many units were picked up, it didn't really matter. Now we got Spores, we got Spines, we got Banelings, oh my, trying to do what they can to deflect this drop, but there's just too much coming across the field. Our gunslinging Terran here is just constantly rallying out of almost 8 barracks. No, way more than 8 barracks, let's count this. No, actually just 9 barracks on the field.
I'm just looking at, I'm not even tabbing into production or anything, I'm just looking at the resources lost, and that really just says it all. He lost a lot there with those 2 medevacs, but... I mean,
this is the problem,
sir. So many units.
CERN spent so long getting the extra hatcheries and the drones and everything, he had no units to deal with this. Yeah, there was a handful of Marines and a couple Mutalisks were made, but he's never really had the numbers he's needed to break this as they keep dying one at a time.
And this is not an all-in by any means. There's an orbital on the way. The third base is established. Here come the Banelings are rolling in, but they're going for the Marauder and the already weak units. Ooh, they get some really nice hits off here. No, they don't actually. The Marauder's surviving, and these Marauders are the big damage dealers against the armored buildings.
There's no medevacs left though, which is really important to know, because now all these stims are just that little extra bit more. We see Broodlings actually cleaning up this army quite effectively.
But here come more bio units, and CERN is... I think CERN is just dead.
Oh, he's trying to put down
another macro hatchery. But...
Yeah, in that natural is a dangerous place at this point when he knows the sort of trouble he's in.
Yeah, he's going for a third now, but with Gunslinger doubling his supply, this game is over. CERN has actually displayed too greedy. Gunslinger has really microed his units well, with more medevacs now out, a large number of bio units.
It's plus
looks like
2.
Gunslinger's going to be able to tie it up.
It's plus 2 too, almost plus 3 on the way, and right now CERN just does not have the tech to even touch this bio army.
Not at all. The GG should be coming out any moment, and this was just really nice execution by Gunslinger.
Oh, none of those Banelings connected, PengWin. I don't know if you saw that. Focus fire, so good.
Gunslinger evens it out. Facebook won. National Instruments won. Still, Terran remains undefeated.